All right, students, let's go ahead and now start revising our next chart. The next chart is on baggage. Everyone over here. Baggage ka when you read the definition, baggage includes means first of all the baggages which you get along with you when you are coming from outside India, and also it includes unaccompanied baggage. Might be you are coming from outside India, you had 10 suitcase with you, 2 suitcase came along with you, 10 suitcase with the airline company told we'll send later are not accompanied with you, are not accompanied by you, but those are also unaccompanied baggages, and unaccompanied baggages also baggage provisions are applicable, but it does not include, baggage does not include motor vehicle. Baba, motor vehicle you can't go ahead and get, you can't go ahead and get motor vehicle as baggage. Now, baggage may we have section number 77 which goes ahead and says that the owner of a baggage has to go ahead and make a declaration of its content in baggage declaration form. So whenever you are coming from outside India, sir, whenever you are coming from outside India, you have to go ahead and make a declaration of the content of the bag in the baggage declaration form. Okay, sir. Section number 78 goes ahead and says the rate of duty and the tariff value applicable to baggage will be as on the date you are going ahead and filing the baggage declaration form. The day you file the baggage declaration form with the custom ka officer, that day ka rate of duty and tariff value will be applicable on baggage. Sir, basic custom duty on baggage is exceeding the general free allowance is always 100%. However, owing to an exemption, currently the rate of duty is 35% because 65% exemption is given. But always remember, 35% paid, 10% social welfare surcharge will be applicable, and hence the duty will become 38.5%. Sir, always remember, if you are getting in your bag, supposingly firearm, cigarettes, cartridges means firearm ka bullets which are there more than 50, or cigarette, cigar, tobacco more than 100, 25 and 125 gram. So cigarette 100, cigar 25 stick, and tobacco 125 gram. More than that if you are getting, then 100% duty will be applicable. Plus courier imports ka case mein also 100% duty will always be applicable. ठीक है sir. Section number 79 goes ahead and says always bona fide baggage will be exempted from duty. So the proper officer will always allow bona fide baggage to pass duty free. Articles which have been used of the passenger or crew member, your personal effect, they will always go ahead and allow you to clear without any duty. Any article for use of the passenger, family, gifts, souvenirs, etc., always within the limit as told in the baggage rules. Now, section number 80 over here. Section number 80 goes ahead and talks about temporary detention of baggage, where the baggage of a passenger contains dutiable or prohibited goods. Supposing you are coming from outside India, you have some dutiable goods or prohibited goods, and you have given a true declaration under section number 77. What are the content of your baggage? Then you can go ahead and request the proper officer saying, sir, I'm coming from South Africa. I'm going to Dubai. In India, I've come for the time being. I don't want to clear these goods. You keep it with you. When I'm leaving India and going, I will take the goods and go along with me. Then, sir, PO may at the request of the passenger detain such article and return it to him on him leaving India. If the passenger is unable to collect, then return through other authorized passenger or as cargo. Done, sir. Now, sir, whenever computation of custom duty has to be done, remember one thing, 3 kinds of article, which is use personal effect. In the exam, always remember personal effect means always used only. You don't assume new personal effect. No, it is always use personal effect only. Like, sir, your clothes, might be your belt, etc. All these are your use personal effect, which are your daily necessity item. Personal effect means things to satisfy daily necessity, but excludes what? Jewelry. Jewelry is not personal effect. Personal effect and travel souvenir, always within limit. There is no limit. They will go ahead and always allow you to clear. So it says use personal effect, you can clear without payment of any duty. And next, travel souvenir, all this, so supposedly you went outside India to Paris, you got one small Eiffel Tower, all these are travel souvenirs. Bona fide purpose means might be you got 1, 2, 10, etc. Then they will allow you to clear without payment of any duty. And one laptop computer for passenger greater than 18 years, no value limit, you can clear without payment of any duty. Number 1, personal effect. Number 2, travel souvenir. Number 3, one laptop, no value limit, passenger greater than 18 years. Done, sir. Point is clear. Other than that, now when the officer goes ahead and starts checking, he will see first of all, if you have got annexure 1 item, there are 6 annexure 1 items which are there. Annexure 1 item you can't clear in your general free allowance. Remember, the general free allowance is told in baggage rule 2016. Remember one thing, baggage rules mein the rule number 1 says my name is baggage rules. Number 2, rule number 2 gives you definition. Rule number 3 and 4 goes ahead and gives you the general free allowance which is there. So if you are a passenger who is arriving from countries other than Nepal, Bhutan and Myanmar, which are landlocked countries. If you are arriving from countries other than Nepal, Bhutan and Myanmar, because Nepal, Bhutan and Myanmar are landlocked countries, other than them, if you are arriving, might be from US, UK, etc. Then if you are an Indian resident, who is an Indian resident? Baba, a resident is a person who is holding a valid passport and normally residing in India. So if you are an Indian resident or you are a foreigner, US ka citizen might be residing in India now, or might be you are a tourist of Indian origin, you have settled now in London, but you have come back, you are a Indian origin ka guy, you have come back to India for a tour, but you are a tourist of Indian origin, then always remember general fee allowance other than annexure 1 item. I'll talk about annexure 1 item. You will be given a general fee allowance of 50,000. But if you are a foreigner and tourist, foreigner, tourist, Baba, a foreign tourist, then always remember, other than annexure 1 item, your general fee allowance will be only 15,000. Infant baby ke liye, infant means children's up to 2 years, nothing, nil, no general fee allowance. Baba, always remember, if infants are there, for infants only use personal effect will be allowed duty free, like their toys, all these used still aesthetic items will be allowed duty free. Other than that, no general free allowance. So, sir, if I am a passenger arriving from Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar, in this case, they are going ahead and telling, except by road. If you are coming by air route, then if you are an Indian citizen, foreigner residing in India, tourist of Indian origin, or if you are a foreign tourist also, then Baba, remember the limit is only 15,000. But for babies, basically infants up to 2 years, the amount is nil. Please be very careful in your exam when to apply 50,000 and when to apply 15,000. Done, sir? Point is clear. Now, sir, whenever they are going ahead and clearing the other articles, they will go ahead and see if the articles are these are the articles which are not covered in general fee allowance, that 50,000 or 15,000 ka limit also you have, but still you can't go ahead and clear this item. What are this item? Firearms, guns. If you are going ahead and carrying guns, sir, I will carry gun from outside India. No, Baba, no, I did not tell you. For some people it is allowed, but generally guns etc. are not allowed. Okay? Now, if you are allowed and if you are carrying a gun, then firearm, cartridges more than 50. Sir, cartridges up to 50, you have to clear in your general fee allowance. But if you are getting cartridges more than 50, even if you have limit in your general fee allowance, it will not be allowed. So firearms will not be allowed in general fee allowance. Even if you have limit, nope, you will not be allowed. Cartridges more than 50, cartridges means all these bullets more than 50 will not be allowed in general fee allowance. CCT, Baba, cigarette, cigar and tobacco. Cigarette, how much? Remember, cigarette will be 100, cigar will be 25 and tobacco will be 125 grams. If it is more than this, if it is up to this, then you can clear in your general fee allowance. More than that limit, that extra amount will be cleared under annexure 1. And Baba, remember, in this scenario, you will land up paying 100% basic custom duty plus social welfare surcharge. Annexure 1 may they also talk about alcoholic liquor or wine greater than 2 liters. Supposing you got 4 liters of wine, remember 2 liters you can clear in your general fee allowance. Remaining 2 liters is annexure 1 item, and you know what? Alcoholic wines greater than 2 liters, you can't go ahead and clear it at all. It is a commercial import. Alcoholic liquor or wines greater than 2 liters cannot be cleared under baggage. Baba, it is what, everyone? Commercial imports, and the rate of commercial imports shall be applicable, and that is why they don't go ahead and ask this thing in the exam also. The next one is gold and silver in any other form other than ornament. If you are getting ornament, you can clear in your general fee allowance, but sir, might be you are getting bricks, coins, etc. Then in that scenario, that's an annexure 1 item. And flat panel TV, LCD, LED, all these things are also general fee allowance. Remember, for that also you have to pay 35% plus 10% social welfare surcharge on the duty which is there. Done. But alcoholic wine greater than 2 liter is always commercial imports which is there. The rate of duty will be applicable as applicable to commercial imports. And remember, gold and silver and flat panel LED or LCD, gold and silver other than ornament or flat panel TV, LCD or LED, 35% plus 10%. Also, supposingly I got a flat panel TV, I have a general fee allowance which is there. They will not clear in general fee allowance. I have to pay duty only and then I can clear. So these items you can't go ahead and clear in your general free allowance which is there, even if you have general fee allowance. Done, sir. So, sir, other than the 6 items, cigarette, cigar, tobacco up to 125, 125 gram, right over here. Alcoholic liquor up to 2 liter, right over here. Ornaments, right over here. Cartridges up to 50, right over here. Other article might be you got a personal computer. Personal computer is not laptop. You got a personal computer, you got a camera, you got any other item which is not your personal effect, because personal effect pe to there is no duty. Sir, then they are going ahead and telling. So in the exam, if they tell you camera, mobile phone, personal computer, all this you can write over here, total, and then you will be given a general fee allowance as per rule number 3 or 4. Remember, nowadays they have started giving question where the general fee allowance is not 50, it is 15,000. So please be careful. If it is a foreign tourist, then it is 15,000. If you are coming from Nepal, Bhutan or Myanmar by air, it is 15,000. Done, sir, and you will be given that deduction, and then the remaining pay you have to pay 35% plus 10%. Don't forget to give that 10% social welfare surcharge. The next one over here, rule number 1 done. Rule number 1 of your baggage rules is my name is baggage rules. Rule number 2 over here is, sir, definition. Rule number 3 and rule number 4 we learned about the general fee allowance. Rule number 5 over here is relating to jewelry. Sir, if you are getting jewelry from outside India, which is ornaments, like all these things, with these are ornaments, then in that scenario, always remember, if your period of stay outside India was up to 1 year, then Baba, whatever is your general fee allowance, 15,000 or 50,000, accordingly you have to clear. But if your stay outside India was more than 1 year, then you'll be have to clear 50,000 or 15,000 to already their general fee allowance. You will be given additional jewelry allowance, which will be man ke liye 20 gram and value limit up to 50,000, lady ke liye 40 gram and value limit up to 1 lakh. Coin, bar, etc. are always an extra one item, and duty always on the full amount. There is no exemption. 35% plus 10%. So, sir, these 2 points can you please explain? Supposingly, there is one person who has stayed from outside India more than 1 year, and sir, general fee allowance of 50,000 and 15,000 is utilized already. Okay? Then in that scenario, Mr. Tejas, supposingly he has come, Mr. 18 gram, okay, very good, within limit only, but value should be 50. Value has exceeded by 4,000 and 4,000 rupees pay, 38.50% duty will come. Okay? Mrs. Tejas is coming, 35 gram is within 40 gram ka limit, but 1,20,000, it means 20,000 has exceeded on 20,000 rupees, 38.50. Okay? Mr. Elden is 24 gram. 24 gram ke liye 48,000 means per gram it is 2,000 rupees. 4 gram exceeded, 4 gram into 2,000 rupees, 8,000 rupees pay. 38.50% duty has to be paid. Remember, if these people had their general fee allowance, then they could have gone ahead and cleared this within the general fee allowance and not paid duty. But here I have told the general fee allowance is deemed to be utilized. Done, sir. Point is clear. Other than that, I've gone ahead and told some important notes. Be alert when the question talks about is in relation to Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar. Be also alert when the question is talking about foreign tourist. Please be very careful. Foreign tourist. Always remember 15,000. Don't give 50,000. Okay, sir. Done. Passengers arriving by land route from Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar, only use personal effect is allowed. There is no general fee allowance, because only in case of Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar, air route mein there is a general fee allowance of 15,000 for everyone. Infant, babies, etc. 2 years, up to 2 years, no, only use personal effect. Single article cannot be cleared by 2 passengers. For an example, Mr. and Mrs. went outside India. They got on returning personal computer 60,000 rupees ka. 50,000 Mr. ka allowance is there. Mrs. ka 50 is there. You can't club and clear one article. Either Mr. will clear or Mrs. will clear. So, sir, general fee allowance not allowed to be pooled. Resident ka meaning, tourist ka meaning. Tourist means a person who is not a resident of India enters India for stay up to 6 months in 12 months period for legitimate non-immigrant purpose. Laptop can be also termed in the exam as laptop computer, notebook computer. Please be very careful. Rule number 6 talks about transfer of residence. Generally, they don't go ahead and ask, but still it's there in your textbook. If you want to refer, you can refer. Otherwise, they don't go ahead and ask any question on this. Rule number 7, currency. Always remember, import and export of currency is always governed in accordance with the provisions of FEMA. Whatever is told in FEMA, that much currency you can get or you can take outside India. Done, sir. Rule number 8 goes in and talks about provision regarding unaccompanied baggage. So, supposingly Priyanka Chopra is coming from outside India and she is carrying along with her some baggages. 10 suitcases were there. She told, sir, I can take only 2. Remaining 8 suitcases, the airline company told, we'll send later. So, sir, unaccompanied baggage pe also baggage ka provisions are applicable. So, they are going ahead and telling provision regarding unaccompanied baggage. Baggage rules also apply to unaccompanied baggage, but unaccompanied baggage has to be in possession abroad. So, the passenger who has come, it was his or her possession of the passenger and it was dispatched within 1 month of his arrival or further period allowed by the AC or DC. So, supposingly Priyanka Chopra arrived over here. Now, once she has arrived, within her arrival, within 1 month of her arrival, it has to be dispatched. then only it will be called as unaccompanied baggage. Within her arrival, within 1 month, it has to be dispatched within 1 month of his arrival, or further period can also be allowed by the AC or DC. Sir, unaccompanied baggage might be before arrival only unaccompanied baggage landed. Then sir, when can unaccompanied baggage land? Can it land prior? Then they are telling unaccompanied baggage may land 2 months before the arrival of the passenger. For an example, Priyanka Chopra is coming for a shooting. She told, okay, let me send my suitcases before only, then I will come to India. She sent her suitcase. Then within how much time she should arrive in India? They are telling within unaccompanied baggage may land. So one accompanied baggage has landed within 2 months, basically 2 months before the arrival of the passenger, or such period not exceeding 1 year as the ACDC may allow for reason to be recorded. For an example, Priyanka Chopra ka suitcase came, landed, she could not come, might be she fell sick, might be pandemic came and hence she could not come. So this 2 months ka period can also be extended by 1 year for reason to be recorded like illness, natural calamity, etc. This chapter from exam point of view, this baggage wala chapter which is there, baggage and baggage rules ka chapter which is there from exam. Okay, rule number 9 also is over here. Rule number 9 goes ahead and says application of baggage rules to crew members. Sir, on duty crew members who are there, they are allowed to bring chocolate, cheese, cosmetic, gift item for self or family only up to 15,000. But once they terminate their job, then baggage provision will be applicable to them as if they are applicable to normal passengers also. Baggage rules applicable to crew members as if he or she is a passenger. Done, sir. Point is clear over here. Baggage provisions from exam point of view. The things to be taken care, everything, all the important notes I have told. One thing which you have to be very careful, whether 50 is applicable or 15 is applicable, that is very important. Jewelry related, you have to be very careful. If the stay is more than 1 year, then sir, you will get additional jewelry allowance. That also you have to be very careful. So the calculation, computation of custom duty in case of baggage is very important. Secondly, the section number 80 pe also they go ahead and ask questions sometimes. So supposingly you are coming from outside India, you have got some prohibited item or you have got some item which you don't want to clear, dutiable item, then you can give a true declaration and you can keep the goods with the, detain the goods with the proper officer, and when you are leaving India and going, you can take the goods and go, or you can send it outside India and there will be no payment of any duty which will be required. Baggage from exam point of view, I can say it's a B graded chapter. 4 to 5 mark is something which you can expect. Number 1 is computation of computation of custom duty. Section number 80 is important over here. So this computation of duty may, all this whole point which I have drawn over here is very, very important. You also have to be careful about this general fee allowance, how much is allowed. This jewelry allowance, how much is allowed. This also you have to be careful. Done. Important notes. So anyways, I have told you over here. Done, sir. Point is clear. I'll go ahead and close my revision on baggage over here.